All right, speaking of federal funding for school programs, Detroit Public Schools feeling the heat after botching the application for federal Head Start money. This means a loss of 950 preschool spots in the district. And we have been talking about how important that preschool is for kids and coming in. Stephen, I want to start with you because this is a district that is run by emergency management, which is supposed to be making this district better. Yeah. This is a huge oversight on their part.
Yeah, I think so. They tried real hard this week to make it seem as though this wasn't a big deal and that they could make up the money, you know, in other ways. But there's no question that you can't excuse not having applied for money that you were going to get because you couldn't upload the file on the computer. I mean, that's you know, it's unbelievable incompetence on their part. But again, as you point out, this is a district that's been under emergency management since 2009, I believe. That's a long time, and some things have been moving toward improvement in terms of the fiscal side of things, but the academic side is just still a disaster. And there's no vision for this district. You know, what is it going to be? How's it going to function? They continue to lose kids. They're down to, I think, 45,000 kids from almost 75,000 when it went into emergency management. That's not the point of state oversight, to kill districts. It's supposed to revitalize them.
The basic thing they were supposed to do was to fix the finances.
Right.
And, you know, they're still not being able to manage their grant money. And their explanation, don't worry about it, we get the money from somewhere else. Well, if you take the money from somewhere else, that's a program that's going to get short.
That you're taking money from.
It's not like we got some infinite pool of money out there, just grab a little more here and patch up. I mean, this was a really bad mistake in a district that by now should at least have its financial operations in place.
And I think that's the big picture of this. Is it's such a disappointment that, and it's also something that we haven't been talking about a lot when we're talking about the recovery of the city of Detroit. There has been so much focus on the finances of the city and you know, looking at revitalizing downtown and talking about the neighborhoods and blight. And the education part, because it is under its own emergency management, is something that there hasn't been a lot of focus on. But I view this as a very large disappointment this week in seeing this come out.
Well, yeah, excuse me, the latest in a string of education disappointments. The reason you're not hearing a lot of talk about the schools and about fixing education is because, you know, it just makes everybody's head hurt. It's an impossible task. We've been trying to fix these schools for 20 years, and they just keep getting worse. As Steve said, they keep losing enrollment. Their academic performance improves marginally, if at all. These schools are a disaster, and you know, when Mike Duggan was running, and even after he was elected, you ask him about the schools, he didn't want any part of that.
Yeah, but I guess I don't buy impossible tasks.
It's not impossible.
How do you fix them?
Well, how much time do you have? Well, I guess.
I mean, for starters, I'm a big believer in, you know, single point authority over school systems. You know, you make somebody accountable for the performance. That has helped in other cities. But I mean, we also have to be honest. There's no city, certainly no urban district in the country that has solved the school problem. I mean, you go to New York or Chicago or Washington, they have bad schools and real problems that are intractable. What they have that we don't is good choices for middle-class families in the city. So if you live in New York, if you live in Washington, if you live in Chicago, if you live in a decent neighborhood or close to it, there is a school you can send your kid to. We're not even at that point because we haven't made the effort to, you know, to take all of the schools in the city and deal with them as sort of one system instead of competing systems, and make one person accountable for improving.
I'm not sure we should have a system. I think the focus, I agree with you, there should be more choice and there should be more quality choice. And I think the best way to do that is to break the system up entirely.
Well, we've done that.
And focus on individual quality schools, as many as you can develop from whatever governance model they come.
But the problem
is big urban public school districts don't work anywhere.
Well, the problem is, though, we've got more choice here than you have in any other city in America right now.
Not New Orleans.
Well, New Orleans is the exception, and there was an important report about the failures there of the charter system to fix things. That choice alone is not the issue. It's quality choice and assuring it, and I think you do need that single point of authority to help